you're with me for the 500th edition of Coffee Talk. That's right, 500 live streams. 7 p.m. It's Friday, September the 12th, 2025. Jerry Cabrera Jr., how you doing? You are the first in. KP Heathen, my friend from Louisiana. How you doing? And Susanna Morrison, proud single mom. How are you doing, Susanna? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate all of y'all. It has been several days. I did not do one during the week. I did not do one during the week. I have been trying to do them on the weekend. How do you like the new thumb? It is just about the way it needs to be. Just about. I do need to change a couple of the words. But other than that, it is good. I truly appreciate it. And I give that a thumbs up. I give that a thumbs up. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated on my 500th live stream. And I do have a couple of things to... Got a couple of mail calls. So we're going to do a couple of mail calls this evening. Everybody likes it when we open things up. I order a lot of stuff online from Amazon. And they've got a distribution center in Houston. So a lot of times I will order something and the next day it's here. So I'd ordered a couple things yesterday. And lo and behold, they're here. So I'm doing what Myra would call, hello, Domino. Yoda, my friend Dave, how's it going? Domino Candon and Yoda's Blessed Life. I appreciate both of y'all coming in. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. And Uncle Al in the house, Die Bullfrog 79. Well, how's my image? Is it looking good? I've got more lighting. I've got a ring light right up above me. right there. That's turning it off. Turning it on. Probably need one over here on the other side, and that way you won't have a shadow. I am working on it. I am working on it. Had 6 people come in, leave comments. I've only had 2 leave likes. Please leave a like. I will appreciate it. And we are 6 minutes into the live stream. Let's open something up. Well, we have a package. These I just tear. I mean, I am prepared with a knife, and I'll use a knife on the other one. But this package, I don't need a knife. What is it? What is it? What is it? It is a mouse. So I got another mouse. A mouse. So that's the first one. About $6. $6 or thereabouts. Uncle Al is greeting everybody. And here is another one. This one, I will use my knife. This is a Haas. Very good knife. Disposable CPR face shield. I just, Uncle Al talks about training. I did training today. I did about 5 hours of online training. Hello, Cat. Cats and Mama. It is Cat and my friend Miss Cabrera. How are you doing, young lady? Appreciate you coming in. Barbara, the little lone prepper, how are you doing? Please leave a like. I will appreciate it. So I went through first aid training, and I had to do 7 modules for different things, 7 different areas of first aid, and I had to do that online through the American Red Cross. It took me about 5 hours to do those modules. And then this afternoon, I had a couple of hours of physical, let's practice with the dummy, practice CPR, practice the Heimlich maneuver, practice physically, 30 compressions, 2 breaths. What do you do for somebody who's got blockage? The AED, how to use an AED. And one of the things we talked about, just started a new round of antibiotics, so I will find out if they work or if I have to go to the hospital for treatment. Dear Lord, help Dave to avoid having to go to the hospital. In Jesus' name I pray. God bless you, Dave. So, a 6-pack of disposable face shields. They're about $1 a piece. Here's one of them. You attach it to a keychain. If you know what you're doing, you open it up, you pull it out. That way you don't have to make contact with their lips. Got a 6-pack. Yeah, that Charlotte incident was horrible. It really was. Pre-retirement days. Comfort food and more. How are you doing? Well, I will remind everybody, I will be doing a 500 well, not subscriber. I do those too, but I will be doing a 500th live stream giveaway. I'll be doing a drawing for my 500th live stream. Now, to qualify to be in the drawing, and at this point, it's sort of a moot point because there are people who are qualified, there are people who are not qualified. You will have needed to, on the last 5, including this one, live streams that I will have done or that I'm doing, you come into my live stream during my live stream and leave some comments, leave a like. And if you've done that on each of the last 5 live streams I have done, including this one, then your name will be in the hat, and I will come up with a list of who those people are, and I will basically be reviewing my notes from each of those live streams, and I'll make my list and I'll check it twice to see who qualifies. And for those people who qualify, there will be a drawing, and whoever wins that drawing is going to get some goodies. Going to get some goodies. So we are right at 14 minutes into the live stream. We got 7 likes. We got 7 in the house. I think 7 in the house. I've had 9 people come through that I've been able to identify. I would ask each of you, if you have not done so, please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. 500 is a lot of streams. Congrats. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Where are you at, Dave? How many subscribers do you have now? You probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 million or so, aren't you? 17.7. Woo! 17.7K subscribers. I started today with 2,035. Can you believe that 6 months ago I had more subscribers than Dave? He has been blessed. He may be having some health issues, but the Lord has certainly been blessing his YouTube. Enrique Trevino, my friend, how are you doing? I'm showing 8 in the house and 8 likes. Thank you. Yeah, he's really Now Uncle Al, he's past 2,500. He's like at around 2,520 or 30. So he's got about 500 on me. And God bless Uncle Al because he really deserves it, and he deserves a lot more than he has. He really does. But I did two. Openings this evening, or you want to call them unenveloping or whatever. A mouse, computer mouse, $6, and a 6-pack of disposable CPR face shields. About $1 a piece. They go for about $1 a piece. You put one on your keychain, and you're good to go. You really want, PPE. You want your protective gear. If you're dealing with blood, you're dealing with body fluids and such, you certainly want to be wearing some gloves. So you want to have, it'd be nice to have a baggie with a pair of gloves, face shield, Yeah, a lot of them do. Uncle Al's making pizza. Whew. Uncle Al, pizza man. I have some of the mouth shields and added some barf bags. It would be easier to deal with those than trying to disinfect puke pans. Well, I hear you. I hear you. I certainly hear you there. Yeah, a lot of the first aid kits have them. Some of the boo boo kits don't. Some of the smaller kits do not. You get into the ones that are 20 some odd dollars, $30, they'll usually have a face shield. So I've had 10 people come through identifying themselves this evening so far. And we are about 18 minutes into our live stream. 5 in the house, 8 likes. In the process of getting a new thumbnail, my friend Mr. Cabrera knows how to use Canva, and he's working on a thumbnail for me. Gonna need to make a few minor changes to it. The wording. I want to make a few changes to the wording. I need to add a period at the end of the sentence. I want to have proper punctuation. But other than that, you got a picture of me out in boonies. Beautiful background. Beautiful sky. Wearing a nice suit. There's a tent. And the prepper principal. And it says, please join me for coffee talk at 7 p.m. I think we're going to go with just please join me for coffee talk. And we don't need to put 7 p.m. because everybody knows I pretty much do 7 p.m. And then normally when I put comments down, I normally have a comment that says, please join me for coffee talk at 7 p.m. So we're going to look at making a few changes to the wording. But that is a nice thumbnail. Compliments of Mr. Cabrera. Anyway, Uncle Al and his pizza. What did I have for supper? I haven't had anything for supper yet. I brought my wife, went to the mall, went to the local pizza place and got her spaghetti and meatballs. So she's got spaghetti and meatballs for her supper. What will I have? Something light. I had at lunchtime today, went to Dairy Queen and I had some chicken strips, French fries, and a diet, one half of a piece of toast, and Diet Coke. Yes, the wife had some Italian food. And Uncle Al's technically fixing Italian food if you consider pizza Italian. Uncle Al's doing Italian. So please leave a few comments. I appreciate it. At this point, we are 20, almost 21 minutes into the live stream. Let's talk about a few things for this evening's topic. Due to 4 years of Biden and friends, certain survival items are going to scarce or to shortages. We've got things that are hard to find right now because of the prior 4 years under the Biden administration. Water containers, 5 gallon, 3 gallon, 2 gallon. To me, the sweet spot is the 3 gallon containers because when it's full of water, you're dealing with about a little less than 25 pounds. The container weighs a little bit, but not much. So you got a handle on it, and that's 3 gallons of water. You can stack them. I stack them 4 high. I've got 60 gallons over in the corner in this room, in addition to all the other water I have in other places. There are no shortage of psychos. That is true. That is true. No shortage of psychos. And again, this is due to green programs, not tariffs. What we're experiencing. 2, storable food items. Again, shortages caused by weather and Biden. Shortages caused by weather and Biden, causing inflation and shortages in certain areas. Another problem, Melinda Elliott. Hello, Melinda Elliott. Thank you for coming. And Wheat's art. Wheat and Shaw fame. Thank you all for coming in. One thing you have to understand, there is a lot of money that's been printed. There's a lot of money out there in circulation. The more money you put in circulation, the less it's worth. When you keep printing money, it devalues the money. The overall value of the money goes down. The more money you have in circulation, the less it's worth. And they have been printing. So that's something that you have to take into consideration. Radios. The good ones are getting scarce due to demands. And the flood of cheap crank radios with gadgets, AM, FM, NOL, weather, and shortwave. USB and batteries. Radios are in high demand. That is true. That is true. They are in high demand. Power generators, solar powered, storage units, control systems are in high demand. Solar panels. Um, if you're trying to put together a system and you're not going to buy a self-contained unit, you want to have some batteries that are linked together, chained together, and you want to have a MPPT maximum power point charger, and you need to have, in addition to your battery bank of maybe three 100 amp batteries, which would give you 36, 37, 1280 watt hours for each battery. Add that up. So we're talking 3600, 3840 watts of stored power. You're looking at about $600 worth of batteries. You've got a charge controller. You're looking a little over $100 for that one. You probably, if you're not basically just using 12 volt, if you're not just running it for 12 volt, but if you're running it for a 110, you've got a pure sine wave, and you got to have a pure sine wave inverter. That's going to cost you several $100s to get a good one, like a 2000 watt. And then you got to have your power. You got to have your panels, solar panels. So for every 100 amp battery, you should have 400 watts of panels. So if you're buying 200 watt panels, that's 2 panels per. If you've got 3 batteries, that's 6 200 watt panels, or 1200 watts for charging. You want to be able to charge these things up over a period of a few hours, so you need the panels. And the price goes up. The price adds up. You're paying about $1 per watt hour, when it comes to panels. Now, one of the things about your solar, if you're using 12 volt, you could be running a 12 volt refrigerator freezer, like my Bouge RV. I've got one running in my classroom that's running on 110, and I could certainly run it off of solar. And I've got another one here at the house. I've got 2 of them. They've got wheels on the back end. They got a handle so you can roll it along, and it'll run on 12, 24 volt or 110. And they don't use a lot of power. SD Mountain Man. Hello, Scott. Thank you for coming in. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. And welcome to my 500th live stream. We are celebrating number 500 this evening. Thank you for number 11. Shelter and warmth. A wood stove, kerosene, propane heater. Heaters. Plus sleeping bags, pads, long underwear, we used to call long johns or drawers. 2-person tents, tarps, plastic sheeting. They're running low. They're running low. Uncle Al's been buying up everything he can get his hands on. Plywood for windows. In high demand, thanks to Biden. In hurricane season. It's hurricane season till the end of November. June the 1st to November 30th. Hurricane season. We are in hurricane season. It is what it is. It is what it is. Here's another one Uncle Al's big on. Flashlights. He likes batteries. You can get lithium. You can get one that runs on a lithium power cell that you can recharge. They're nice. Recharge them with USB or USB-C. Batteries. I've got both. They're in high demand. Cell phones and gadget devices, due to not effectively work. They're not necessarily. Some of the stuff like overheats very easily. Cell phones, they get hot. Can't have them out in the sunlight. Don't sit them on your dashboard or don't sit them on your seat in the direct sunlight coming to them, because they'll overheat and shut down. That is the truth. And it's good to have a combination. Yes, it is. First aid kits. That's another thing. You get a boo-boo kit. I give out a lot of boo-boo kits. But there are things that you need. You need a tourniquet. Possibly 2 tourniquets. Good idea to have some pressure bandages. The Israeli pressure bandages. Got to stop the bleed. Got to stop the bleed too. Some shears. Why would we need shears? Well, cut the clothes, cut the bra. Hopefully nobody's got the cell phone recording, or you might see something you shouldn't see. But if you're doing CPR, you got to remove all the stuff, especially if you're going to be using an AED. Went through training on that today. 6 watching, 13 likes. Yeah, you can get I would want a first aid kit that I can add to that would hold extra stuff. In other words, the first aid kit is like, perhaps it's something out of Mylar, or something that zippered, that you can that's not completely full, so you can add stuff to it. Because I would want to add at least 1 tourniquet. I would want to add, if it doesn't have shears, I'd want to add some shears. I want to put some gloves. I want to put a face shield in it. I just got a 6-pack of face shields in today. They're about $1 a piece. And if you look at a face shield, what is it? You can attach this onto your keychain, and it is a shield that you can come out, pull out, and Put it over the person's face, and if you have to breathe for them, which you have to do 2 breaths every 30, every 30 compressions. When you're doing CPR, do 2 breaths. Keeps you from basically making contact with their lips, their face, and possibly, getting some of their fluids. That way you don't catch something. And then the other thing they want you to do if you have to use an AED is they don't want any hair. So, like, a woman's not going to have a hairy chest. But if you're dealing with a Wookiee, like, Wookiee, they want you to shave. So a lot of the first aid kits that you get, these professional kits, will have a couple of razors in them. It's like, or they'll tell you either that or use some duct tape or something. They're not worried about it. This person's not cognizant. They want you to remove that hair so that when you peel and you put the pads on the person, because you got to put one here, you got to put one down here under the armpit. They need to point at each other so they'll make a connection. And when you push that button, it's already analyzed. You push that button and it gives them a shock. Nobody will be touching it because it's, you're trying to, you're basically trying to restart their heart. Creative Redundancy, CR, how you doing? Creative Redundancy, please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. It will be greatly appreciated. We are 37 minutes into the live stream. 7 or 8 in the house, 13 likes. So, continuing on, your first aid kit, you also need tourniquet. A professional tourniquet. Tourniquets are in high demand. Well, I've got some. I've got to add some stuff to my latest medical kit, and I want to put a couple of tourniquets in it. I want to put 2 or 3 Israeli pressure bandages in it, and got to make sure I've got several sets of gloves and some of these that I just got in today. Let's see. I scored at the yard sale last week. A lady was giving away new packs of bed pads and new boxes of medical gloves. I took 2 of each. Well, that's wonderful. You get a box of medical gloves. Like me, I'm large. So I've got to have the large. My wife is small. She's got to have the small. So I buy boxes. You normally get 100 of them. You go to a medical supply store. You get a box of gloves like what they use at the hospital. They're normally about 100 gloves in a pack. And so in other words, you got 50 pair of gloves. Good idea to put some in a Ziploc. Good idea for that. And a lot of this stuff is not that expensive. It's not that expensive. But I mean, the training that I went through, that was the first aid training that I went through, that was online. It did not say to shave or to use a razor for the pads. If you're using the AED, did not say to do that. But today, the Region 3 nurse that was doing the hands-on training, she said, if you're dealing with if it's a man, woman's not going to have a hairy chest, hopefully, but if you're dealing with the man and he's got a hairy chest, and yeah, I've got hair all over my, it's like Wookish, bald-headed Wookiee. Um, you want to shave that area, and that way you've got real good connection. Real good connection. Yeah, I've got a couple of blood pressure monitors, but I don't have one in my medical kit that I would take out. Um, you're not you're not really if if somebody's having a cardiac episode and they're laid out, you just start CPR. You if there's another person present, you tell them to call 911. If you're someplace where there's a first aid kit and an AED, you tell them call 911. Go get the AED and the first aid kit, and they're supposed to respond to you. I will call 911. I will go get the AED and the first aid kit. So a lot of facilities will have them. Gotta know where they're at. Um, and if you're by yourself, the first thing you do after you check, are they? First thing you do is to call 911, and then you start providing. Then you start doing compressions and you start doing breaths, 30 compressions to 2 breaths. Verna, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. I'm going to be going out to breakfast with a couple of my retired friends. One of them's having a birthday. He's in his 70s. One of them's having a birthday Sunday. So I'm taking him to breakfast tomorrow. And that's probably going to prevent me from watching Verna's live stream, because she normally live streams in the morning on Saturday. And I unfortunately am probably going to miss it. And Verna, I will put you down on the list to receive a goodie box from me. Might be Christmas before you get it, but I will put you on the list, because no, I have not sent you anything, to my knowledge. Creative redundancy. I finally got my family to understand. Oh, there's a breakthrough. That if they want to give me a gift, give me something for preps. My sister gave me the Forgotten Home Apothecary book. It sounds wonderful. 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 Yeah, I don't know if what he's talking about, if he's talking about when you use a tourniquet, but yeah, tourniquets usually will have a white strip on them, and when you apply a tourniquet, you are supposed to write down the time that you started, because that's very crucial. If you're going to use a tourniquet, if you can't stop the bleeding, you are going to use a tourniquet. You are stopping flow to that limb, and if it's on for long enough, it will kill that limb and they'll lose it. Good evening, Cats and Mama. How are you doing? Miss Cabrera. $7.42, thank you. Central Standard Time. It certainly is Central Standard Time. And I got a text message, but I haven't had a chance to look at it because I'm using this for I'm looking at the stream. I've had 15 people come in, leave comments. I have 14 likes. It is a slow day on David's live stream. Losing at bingo, I'm so sorry. That would be standard operating procedure. Eastern Standard Time, yes. It's an hour later, like my ancestral homeland over in Georgia. Right now, it would be 8:42, 8:43, 8:45, somewhere along in there. Back east. That is the way it goes. So, just one more time so that you know, this is the 500th live stream. There will be a 500th live stream giveaway, which I've got to calculate. I've got to go back and look and check to see uh, who left me likes and comments during my live streams. I've got it written down. Just got to go add it all up, check it twice, and then there will be a drawing for a nice goodie box. Another thing, after tourniquets, N95s, an N95 mask for dust and particulate matter, not a gas mask. Not a gas mask. In a manual can opener. Oh, can openers. I bought a bunch of these that were on sale for like $2. These go for $8 or $9 now. I bought like 15 of them when they had them on sale over at Walmart. And they're like $8 or $10 now. Oftentimes I would send stuff to people or follow up boxes to people. And I would, like people that I've done multiple boxes to, I try to change up what I put in them. So I'll put stuff that, you know, might not have put in the last one. I probably need to go back. Thank you, Verna. I appreciate that you gave me the 14th. Hillbilly Josh Loftus. How you doing, Josh? 16 likes, 12 in the house. That's 16? Yeah, that's 16. How you doing? There's a good man. Um, concrete in a tall structure, Newton's method. Been working my AO. I understand you have. Good man. Good man. My father did your type of work when he was young. He was they used the slang term roughneck. He was roughneck. His uncle was a tool pusher who basically run an oil crew for a drilling rig. My father was on the crew for some time. Yeah, real books is a good. It's good to have real books. It's nice to have a Kindle, but real books is it's good to have real books. If there's no technology, the books still work. Um, so one more time, let me give you an explanation of what's going to happen this weekend. Hopefully, I've got to do the yard. Got to do the yard. It's been raining a lot, so the grass is starting to look like a jungle out there. My wife uh, still has not had her stitches and staples taken out. She's still got that little drain in her that she has to dump out. She'll be going this next week to have that removed. And so she's limited what she can do. But I will be counting up to see who qualifies for the drawing. I'll make a list. I will let everybody know who qualified for the drawing. I will I will record how I do it, make the names, cut them up, roll them up, put them in the hat. I'll let you, I'll film me drawing the name out of the hat. And um, whoever's name I draw will be the winner. In order to qualify, you have to have, during the course of my live streams, not after the fact, but during the course of the live streams, have come in and left at least one supportive comment and to let me know you're there, and a like. Hopefully you've left me a like. Trying to get everybody trained up. You know, at school, Joseph Moore, how's it going, Joseph Moore? The Moore family. At school, I oftentimes give my kids snacks. They're hungry, or they want a bottle of cold water. Cold water's the bottles of water are probably 15 cents a piece now. I pay for a 24 pack, I pay maybe $3.50. I gotta do the math on it. But so we're talking under 20 cents a bottle. Used to be a nickel a bottle. But I keep cold water in my Bouge RV compressor-driven refrigerator freezer. And I've been teaching the kids to say please and thank you. I tell them, if you don't learn if you don't learn anything else from me this year, by the end of the year, you're going to be quick to say please and thank you. And I expect everybody, when I give them something, to say thank you. And if they ask for something, they need to say please. Can I please have? Or can I have such and such and such? Please. Please and thank you. But I went through those 10 different items Uncle Al provided, and real quick, water containers, they're in short supply. Storable food items, again, there's shortages of that. Radios, quality ones. Power generators. Shelter and warmth. A wood stove, kerosene, and propane heaters. Sleeping bags, pads. Long underwear. Two-person tents, tarps. Plastic sheeting. They're running low. Plywood for windows. High demand. Flashlights. Good quality flashlight. Batteries. Good quality first aid kits. Tourniquets. Too many cheap knockoffs. N95 mask for dust and particulate matter, and a good manual can opener. Yep. And that's the same. This thing is, nothing's better than a gas or a propane, something to run on gas, diesel, or propane. Nothing better than that. But if you run out of fuel, that's where the solar comes in. Solar panels, good battery bank, an inverter, pure sine inverter. I like to use stuff that runs on 12 volt because you don't need to use the inverter and it's not draining power on you. When the thing's off, it's not drawing power. You got an inverter on, you're draining power. Whether it's pulling a load or whether it's just on. In idle, it's still draining power. And when you're dealing with solar or you're dealing with battery bank, you do not want to be draining power if you're not benefiting from it. So, we are 55 minutes into the live stream. 11 in the house, 17 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. For those of you who have come in, I truly appreciate you being here with me for my 500th live stream. I will be doing a calculation. I'll do another live stream tomorrow. It'll be at 7 o'clock, and hopefully, I'll do another one Sunday. And at some point in time, depending on how the lawn work goes, I will be calculating tomorrow or on Sunday. May wind up being Sunday. I'll be figuring out who qualifies, and I will come up with a list, and I will let you all know who's on the list. Um, and I will wind up doing a video of a drawing and what I will be giving out, and I'll put it out as a 500th live stream giveaway. But it might not go out over, I might not do the video, I might not get the video out this weekend. It may be later before I do it. Work has been hectic, and the weekends when I got to do my clothes and I've got to do my shopping, and certain things that I have to do. And right now I've got the washing machine going. I'm getting ready to go out, and I'll put stuff in the dryer and working on towels and underwear and such, t-shirts. And then I gotta do work clothes. But I do appreciate y'all coming in. Appreciate you being here, Uncle Al. You take care. Everybody who came in, I'll read off some names. Jerry Cabrera Jr., KP Heathen, Susanna Morrison, proud single mother, Domino Cardin, Yoda's blessed life. Be in prayer for Dave Yoda. He is taking antibiotics, and he does not want to have to go back to the hospital. Uncle Al, Bullfrog 79, Cats and Mama, Mrs. Cabrera, thank you. Little Lone Prepper, Pre-Retirement Days, Comfort Food, Enrique Trevino, Melinda Elliott, Wheat's Art, Wheat and Shaw fame, SD Mountain Man, Scott, Creative Redundancy, Vase Place, Verna, Hillbilly Josh Loftus, and Joseph Moore. If I missed anybody, please speak up, and I will put you down. But right now, I've got 17 people who have come out and left me comments. In the meantime, we are about 58 minutes into the live stream, 9 in the house, 17 likes. I will plan on live streaming again tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'll try to get my act together to let everybody know who qualifies. I just got through with this one here. This is like, I've got several of these filled up, and I've got to go back and I've got to look to see what I had written down as to who came in during these different live streams, the last 5. And I'd like to thank Dave, my friend in Georgia, going by Yoda. He was the one that suggested, why don't you do a 500th subscriber giveaway? And you know me with my 5s. So I said, well, we're going to have people leave comments on 5 live streams. And if they do all 5 live streams, leave me a like and comments, then we will have a drawing, and whoever gets pulled for that drawing will be the 500th subscriber for the giveaway. And I'm going to have a good, really nice goodie box. I'm going to be putting some prepper items in it. We'll have probably a couple of different stoves. One of them will probably use tabs. The other one will probably use sterno or camp heat. There will be some other items to give away. I'll also put some of my sauces. People who like Tabasco, a green sauce, the pepper, chipotle, and probably original sauce. I will put a large pack of matches in it to start your fires. And we'll have a nice boo-boo kit in it, a nice first aid kit, various items. I'll put together whatever I can fit in the box will go in, and I will mail it to whoever the winner is. And at this point, I'd say there's 10 or 12 people that will be on that list that I'll draw from. So everybody, I appreciate you. I will plan on being back tomorrow. And everybody, when you get up in the morning, take your medication. If you take medication, I do. Thank God for the day. You don't know how many days you have. They're numbered. I'm getting older. and say the Lord's Prayer. Get cleaned up, get right in your head. Have a good day. Remember the Boy Scout, the Girl Scout, the Prepper model is be prepared. And everybody, please have a blessed day, and hopefully we'll be back again tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. It'll be 501. Thank you. Bye bye. Really a nice one. I enjoyed this one.